Sanbonani guys, good afternoon. Before I start, I need to make this declaration that I'm not a psychologist by profession. But a lot of the things that I'm talking about are the things that I've gone through and the things that the Spirit of God, through my journey, my own healing journey, the Spirit of God has been revealing to me. And I feel that there are a lot of people out there that need someone to partner with as they walk through their healing journey. So that's the main reason why I'm doing this. I would have loved to be a psychologist, but I feel like it's a bit too late for me to start a new career at this age. I know some people may argue that, but yeah, we'll see where God leads us. Okay, so today I want to talk about why do we bury the feelings and not process them? Okay, you know that on the other video I spoke about the importance of partnering with God through your healing. But then one of the steps after acknowledging that you are hurting, one of the steps that you need to do is to process what actually happened to you, and it's very important. Okay. Now, before I talk about why it's important, I want us to look at why do we even bury the emotions? Why do we bury the feelings? You find that sometimes you tell yourself, you get hurt and you tell yourself, it's going to pass, kuzodlula, or you bury it somewhere. And if you understand how we are made into three parts. There is your soul, there is your spirit, and there is the body. So in the soul, there is the mind, there is the will, and their emotions. So when you decide to bury something, there is no way where you bury it. It goes somewhere. So it goes somewhere. It goes somewhere, and we see it. It comes through your emotions. You get triggered because there's something that was not resolved. Okay. Now, why do we even bury them? Sometimes we bury the emotions because we are misinformed. Okay, like I told in my other video that I thought allowing yourself to feel pain, it just says you haven't forgiven. So I didn't understand the difference between processing your pain and forgiving. But now I understand that forgiving means I'm letting you go. The person, you as a person who hurts me, I'm letting you go, and I'm not counting this on you. I'm giving it to God. But that doesn't mean that where you stepped on, you didn't leave a wound. So now the next step for me is to deal with the wound that you left. And that is between me and my God. It doesn't necessarily need you. That is why sometimes for you to heal, you don't even need to speak to the person that hurt you. You forgive them, even if they apologize. Good for you if they apologize. It's nice because there's a future for the relationship. But if they don't, you still release them and then deal with your pain and then get healed. So that's another thing. That's number one, that we're misinformed. And under the us being misinformed, there was also this thing you would say, you don't let emotions control you. So we don't understand the difference between burying your emotions and being led or controlled by your emotions. When you are controlled by your emotions, it means when you feel angry and you feel like hitting someone, you just do that. You just do it because that's how you feel. Okay. Whereas when you are bearing it, it means you take it, you shut it, you don't want to think about it, you don't want to entertain it, you don't want to go through and find out as to why do I feel like hitting this person. I'm not going to hit him, I'm not going to be controlled by my emotions, but why do I even feel like that? What is there in me that makes me feel that hitting that person will resolve the problem? Okay, now you are trying to find out, because remember, the emotions are there to tell us more information about what is happening in our heart or in our soul. So if you ignore it, you are ignoring the important message that your soul is trying to communicate to you, that you can use to become a better person. So sometimes it happens because we are misinformed. You don't understand the emotions and what bearing emotions means. Number two, It happens because we do not know how to process our emotions. Okay, we don't know where to start. To explain that, I will give you a scenario. A scenario. So I've got a 12-year daughter and I've got a 9-year-old son. So it happens that my daughter does something and this thing deserves me to punish, so that she learns that everything have consequences. So I decide to give a punishment and I take her device for the whole day. She gets grumpy, she goes and locks herself in a bedroom, and then in few minutes I hear my son screaming, crying. When I go there to find out what's happening, my son is saying she smacked me. When I ask, why did you smack him? She keeps quiet. Why did you smack him? She keeps quiet. Okay? So now I have a choice here. It's either I increase the punishment or I sit down and try and find out what's happening. Why did you decide to make your brother feel pain? Okay? So let me say I go with what everyone will do. I mean, what not everyone, but what when we don't know how to process our emotions, I will do. As a parent now, I've left the child. As a parent, I go and increase the punishment. I say, now because you're being naughty, I'm punishing you, you're hitting your brother. I'm going to take the phone for 2 days. It's not going to be 1 day anymore. Okay? Now, there's an issue here that I should have attended, but I didn't attend. Now, I find that now I'm sitting with this daughter that is grumpy. I don't know what she's going to do the next day to who. Now, the second option that I had was to sit down with her and say, my angel, what's happening? Why are you hitting your brother? Has he done something to you? And the brother will say, no, ma'am, but I didn't do. No, my daughter, I'm talking to you. My angel, talk to mommy. Mommy loves you. No, mommy, it's because I'm angry. Why are you angry? Did he make you angry? No. He was just trying to play with me. Or so why did you smack him? Because I'm angry with myself. Oh, why are you angry with yourself? Because I've disappointed you, mommy. So if you disappointed me, why are you taking it out on your brother? Because I didn't know what else to do. Can you picture that kind of scenario? She didn't know what else to do and then she took it out on her brother. Now, there's something very important to correct there, because the word of God in Proverbs 22 verse 6 says, train a child in a way they should go. Even when they are older, they shall not depart from it. So if I left it like that, this daughter of mine is trying to deal with her emotions, her anger, by taking out on someone who happened to be a soft target. This soft target is there in her room trying to be close to her and comfort her. And because she's angry and she doesn't know how to deal with her own anger, her own issues, then she's taking it out on her brother. Now, if I don't resolve this, I'm raising a woman that when she's angry, she's going to take it out on her own husband. When I upset her as her mother or over the phone, she's going to take it out on the kids, on the husband. A husband will upset her and she's going to take it out on the kids because they are soft targets, and take it out on the colleagues that will be reporting to her at work if God has planned for her to be in a management position. Can you see? Because at a tender age, I didn't train her on how to process the emotions. Okay, now it takes a lot for a parent to be able to do that. You as a parent, you must be secured with yourself, because let me just throw another thing there. Let's say my child said, I'm angry, mommy, because you took my phone for the whole day. Yet when my brother does the same thing, you only take the phone only for few hours from him. So I'm angry at him and he's coming to try and play with me. Okay, can you see now? The problem is coming from the authority, from mommy, but then it's being taken out on to this young boy. So depending on how secured or insecure I am as a parent, that's what will tell how I deal with that issue. If I'm secured, which comes only from God, because no parent is given a manual on how to parent each individual child that is unique for her own or his own purpose. We only partner with God to do it the way he wants us to do it. So if I'm secured in God and I know that whatever I'm doing, God is guiding me, God is my partner, then I'll have to look into what she's saying. Did it really happen? If it did happen, then I'll have to apologize and then promise to do it better the next day. If it didn't happen, she's making up stories, then we need to deal with that too. So number two, we don't process our emotions because we do not know how to. We were not trained at a younger age. We are following the way we were trained at a younger stage. But then now we are older and we have people that are responsible too, that it's our kids and our spouses and the colleagues and everybody that come close to us. Now we need to learn and do it better. Number three, it becomes too painful to face the truth. Okay? Sometimes you are hurt and it's so painful for you to face the truth that it's actually my mother that did this to me, or it's actually my father that did this to me. So you rather pretend as if it didn't happen and bury it. And unfortunately, there's no burying. It's going to come out. It's going to come out somehow. And as I said, it affects people that had nothing to do with it. It's going to come out in the way you react to emotions, in the way you talk, in the way you think. It's going to come out because it is there. So sometimes it becomes too painful for us to face the reality. And if you are in a situation like that, I want to say to you, God is there to help you, hold your hand, and help you go through it. You're not alone. A lot of us have gone through things that it was difficult to look at and, admit and acknowledge that really it happened. But at the end of the day, it did happen and it affecting you. You need to heal from it. Let Jesus deal with you and deal with it. Don't be scared. Being scared doesn't take it away. In fact, it's going to affect your relationships. It's going to affect you at work. It's going to affect you everywhere. You end up feeling like there's nothing you can do right because of this thing that you are trying to avoid. Face it, deal with it. You might even find that the person that did it, by you acknowledging or dealing with it, that person will realize that they also needed healing, because we don't hurt people intentionally. Sometimes we hurt people because we are hurting and we see them through our hurt, our pain. So that's why we end up hurting them. So please do process your pain. It is good for you and God is there to help us process our pain. I was thinking that, imagine if Jesus went into the temple and found the church leaders selling in the church and he did nothing. He just decided to bury the emotions he was feeling, the anger he was feeling, and did nothing. And then afterwards, he took it out on his disciples. Ended up being sarcastic and they didn't understand why. But because he couldn't face that the religious leaders can do what they did, then he decided to bury it. No, he dealt with it right then. Okay. The way he saw fit. Okay. But for us, we need to let him guide us because he knows better. He knows what is right for what situation. That is why it's important for you to partner with God. Bless you in Jesus' name.